Hello, this is Review of Films 94, and this is my review on James Cameron's movie Aliens from 1986. Aliens was the first sequel to Ridley Scott's classic Alien, and while James Cameron did a good job with this movie because it's rare that you find a sequel that's equally as good as the original, and Alien is one of those movies. So, let's go straight into the review, shall we? Oh yeah, before we do, this was kind of a departure from the original movie because that was science fiction and horror. This is science fiction and action, and Aliens really puts you through a roller coaster ride of violence, action, adventure, and slight elements of horror. So this is one hell of a movie. So if you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. So straight to the review. Aliens begins 57 years after where Alien left off, and Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver again, has been in hypersleep in the escape pod from the original Nostromo, because she blew it up in the first film, and she's been in hypersleep for about 57 years. She is eventually rescued by a salvage team of Marines on the spaceship the Sulaco, and once this happens, she tells them about the planet LV-426, which has now been colonized so people can walk on it and breathe on it without having to use space helmets and suits. And she says it's a bad idea that they set up colonists on this planet because of the alien creatures that she encountered in the first film. No one believes her. Then, when contact with the colonists is lost, they send the Space Marines down to investigate, and they need Ripley at their side to basically explain what's going on. At first, Ripley refuses, but eventually she decides, after having all these nightmares about the alien creatures, she decides to go back down. When they arrive, they find a girl called Newt, who's played by, I think it's Carrie Henn. I may be wrong, it's something like that. And it's been a while since I've seen this film. And she tells Ripley that her parents were killed. And from there on, it turns into a dark, kind of depressing movie where the aliens constantly attack at the Marines, and it becomes a war film. The Marines versus the aliens, some spectacular action scenes, and the movie just turns into a rollercoaster ride of violence and mayhem. And at the end of the movie, Ripley rescues Newt from an alien nest and realizes that the alien queen is there, and she has to fight her, and returns to Sulaco and manages to destroy the planet, or she thinks she's destroyed the planet. Well, she has. When she arrives back in the Sulaco docking bay, the alien queen attacks Lance Henriksen's character, who's an android bishop, and rips him in two. And the Ripley fights off the alien queen in one of the most iconic scenes in movie history, the power loader versus the alien queen, when Ripley says, "Get away from her, you bitch." One of the most iconic lines in movies. And yeah, Aliens is, well, to me, it's a fantastic film, and a lot of people agree, film critics agree. Aliens was a decent follow-up, a worthy follow-up to a movie like Aliens. It wasn't a rehash, it didn't, repeat what Alien did and made it even more boring. No, it repeated what Alien did, suspense and terror-wise, but added new elements to it. It added elements of adventure, action, war film, more violence. What it added was something more spectacular and more unique. I'm not saying it's better than the original film, it's not, it's about equal, but it just added more stuff to the table and it presented a new thing. And that's the thing with the Alien films, because each one of them brought something new to the table, which is really actually quite good about the Alien films, because each one was something new and exciting. It's what we hadn't seen before. So yeah, that is my review on James Cameron's Aliens, and I recommend, if you enjoyed the first movie and you haven't yet seen this movie, then I recommend you check it out, because it's going to be worth it. So Aliens is another masterpiece of a movie, and it gets 5 out of 5 from me. Go check it out.